guys, welcome back to another U150 video. Today we're going to be talking about a round 1 matchup between Gardevoir and Blaine's Last Resort, or energy, like the energy, lack of energy deck. I guess you could call it like U150, I guess. I don't know. BLR is actually a fairly inaccurate name for it these days, considering that BLR is, like Blaine's Last Resort's not even in the deck anymore. But it is considerably cooler to call it BLR and not to call it like U150 Eradicate or U150 EVs or whatever. I do really like the new build of BLR though. We did toy around with it quite a bit, and we added in the EV lines from Ancient Origins to give it a little extra pop against those decks that are, like if you're placing it against a deck that's weak to fire, water, or lightning, it kind of gives you a little extra oomph. The problem still remains though that BLR can just get hexed out of game. You know, any turn that your opponent hexes, you essentially have to try to find a way to attack with either slow, king, or eradicate, and both of which just aren't great attackers against big heavy EXs, considering the big heavy EXs have a lot of HP, and those two attacks just, you know, they just don't do enough really. The one other interesting fact of it though is that since you aren't using any energies, Gardevoir just doesn't do as much damage, right? Like, you have no energy attached, excuse me, to a U150. So Gardevoir GX just can't capitalize and take advantage on those sort of things. So, kind of a weird sort of interaction there, I suppose, but regardless. Looks like I'm just going to go ahead and Karina for computer search, Baltoy, and pass. Grady will get the evolution, which is super important, because he will be able to get the Gardevoir as long as he doesn't draw into it here with all this other stuff. If he can get the Gardevoir here, he's just going to start trying to snowball the game out of control and hopefully just Hex Loop over and over again. If he can get that Hex Loop, then like I said, it's just going to be game over. There's not a lot of ways for me to one-shot this Gardevoir GX or even deal meaningful damage to it, considering that I can attack for 1 energy. Porygon 2 hopefully gives me a little extra bit of breathing room here. Oh boy. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Hopefully Porygon 2 can give me a little breathing room, but that's going to be an N. If I can hit another supporter off of this, then I think we'll be in business. If I can hit something like a way to retreat. Oh god, I don't think there's actually a way to retreat. I know that there's double rainbow energy in here. Counter energy is not active yet. So it's really going to be only like a Lysine or Floatstone or that double rainbow. And hopefully also combine that with a Spiritomb. But it's going to be a bench and just let Grady set up some more. There's a Fairy energy from the Fairy Guardian attach. And a Malamar evolve. Yeah, he's getting everything at this point. Just not a lot of good stuff. Grady's going to be able to snowball this lead here. Just look at these board states, right? This just shows you the power of not starting Spiritomb is just really rough. Spiritomb's just a great card. I think he's considering a Hex here, or at least a Goop, or maybe even maybe that's a Stadium. Yeah, it is a D-Valley. He's like, can you attack with anything with D-Valley? And there is something I can attack with D-Valley. I can attack with Oricorio, but really doesn't matter overly a bunch in this matchup, I would assume. But Grady will still Skylar for the Goop, and just try to slow me down that way. Just say, hey, look, I don't think you're going to be able to get a Claydol. Oh, and I continue to go with the Oak here. He's just going to continue to set up Oaks into nothing and passes. Yeah, there's a Fluffy Berry, and hopefully I can hit something off of this, but I'm already a prize down and way bad board position. I can finally start playing items, which I guess is okay to like stay in the game a little bit. That's literally only going to give me the Spiritomb. And I say to him, like, look, can I just touch down here? JK. Little sequencing error there. I suppose you Lux Ball first and then attach the Fluffy Berry. Retriever just to get back the Porygon. This looks, I mean, I think this is signaling that I have some sort of switch or Goop or a escape rope or something. Yeah, there's an escape rope. But what do I go into? I think it's just going to be, holy crap. Okay, don't record videos when you're tired, Alex. Jeez, buzz. Boop, up, ba-doop, boop. Looks like it's going to be for the draw Claydol instead of the Porygon 2 Claydol. Got or Porygon, yeah, sorry, the draw Porygon 2, and not the double supporter one. I guess past Alex knows something that I don't know. Can't see what's in my hand here. But Grady obviously trying to find a way to get some cute knockouts. He obviously can retreat and just knock out the Spiritomb. That's going to be quite big for him. If he can get either the Claydol or the Porygon 2, that's even more huge. But it looks like it will just be a straight Sycamore. Not being able to play items may be hurting him a little bit, but honestly, like, look at that board position. He is just set up and ready to go. I don't think you can realistically ask for any more than that. Yeah, you just need like hexes now. I think he'll be looking for Porygon 2 hex, but he misses it. So we'll be in a retreat and kill, going up 6 to 8. There is a scramble energy, so maybe that's the way that I try to retreat. Here's a red card, hoping that I hit some good stuff. And then I Claydol into more cards. I'm going to need a way to evolve and get just an attacker on field. Way behind already. Grady perfectly set up. The only thing missing is the Porygon 2, and I even end him, or red card him into a Misty's Wrath. So Misty's Wrath can be helpful. He, if you saw the card in there that had a little sticky note in it, he's got the old Tapu Lele. I haven't ordered the Psychic ones yet. I actually just got them yesterday. Finally got the Psychic Tapu Lele, so we can put it into U150. Finally ordered a blister. Polar Rayquaza from the blister, so not going to complain about that. Ordered 2 blisters, got a Rayquaza from one, and then a full art copycat from the other, so you'll be seeing those in U150 videos to come, I suppose. Some of the loser bracket round 2s and top 4 and whatnot will be, if we play Copycat, which I only think it plays, speaking of BLR, I think Copycat's the only U150 deck that we have that plays BLR. But I digress. Anyways, I'm looking for the looking for a way to evolve right away, either Broken Tide Space or a Forest. And there's the Forest. Didn't hit a attacker, maybe not. I just need a way to deal some damage. Hopefully I can hit the one that's 4 cards in the hand. Maybe this is looking just like an attach retreat pass. Yep, and it will just be that straight pass. 4 cards on my bench. Oh, it's like I decided to play a Goop last second, so that's a Goop. Yep. Say, JK, do you mind if I play this Goop? Because I didn't hit the thing, and he was like, whatever. I mean, Gray doesn't mind at this point because he's going to go up 3 prizes, and there's no way for me to one-shot, and especially if he hits the Hex here. He just takes full command of this game, yeah. There is a Guzma. Grady does eyeball benches pretty well. Like, whenever Grady wants to Guzma, he will start looking. You can read that with his face. He's easy. Grady's easy. You heard it here first. Yeah. Grady sometimes listens to all these. I'm hoping he does this time. I'll be getting a text in a few days. Or maybe tomorrow from Grady. It's better when we do these together, I think. You guys have said it's better when we do this together, so hopefully we can get some more done in the coming days. I got with the win and in tournament tomorrow. So tomorrow night's not a good night, but I think Thursday night is actually a good night for Grady and I. I know that I'm not busy, so there is that. Rough telling what this collector will go for here. I think it might have been the only supporter. Oricorio and Slowpoke. I think the Slowpoke's down there just to prepare for... the collector was so that I could get cards down to 0 to 4. That's what that was. But I think the Slowpoke's also the setup for a possible Hex turn. Although I will need a Muscle Band under Hex Lock with 4 cards in hand. Field Blower does really nothing here. I'm not super worried about that Forest. I vividly remember like prizing BTS this game because I was like, Forest is good enough. And if I can kill the Gardevoir, he's going to be forced to go into he's going to be forced to play the BTS to get back to ready. I think that's just what I remember doing. So, but I digress. I don't think that really worked because he just got set up super early, while I sat there and twiddled my thumbs. Greedy's got nothing else to do but Psychic Recharge to his own Malamar. That's how far he is ahead in this game. Gonna need a way to get a revenge KO here. We'll tell him what I'll get it with. Grady's not even hex looping. He's not able to get that. I think I'm going to try to go for the muscle band slow king play, sorry. Versus Seekers for teammates. And I think teammates guarantees me having it, right? Because I'll be able to retreat and hit the 110 with, I don't know, choice band and discard my hand. I don't see there's any reason for me to not hit it here. Hard telling. I think I have to be a little bit creative with it. Maybe I've pitched some stuff since then. Let's see. We'll see what those two cards were. Yeah, there's a BTS, actually. A dowsing machine comes down for a retriever for the Yanmega. There's a break. Oh, and we're actually going for that play instead of the slow king. So I just need to hit a damage modifier here. And here's a maintenance. Wow. Maintenance to try to hit it. And oh boy. See, at the same time though, Grady does need to commit another energy to it. I don't think he can afford to max potion. There's me getting a Devo spray down, reuse it, and an oak. We're digging. We're digging hard to try to get this knockout. We're gonna need it. There is a secret mission. God, Grady's holding on to our teammates. He always is. So we'll go all 5 in my hand, maybe. Maybe just 6 in my hand, 4 in my hand. Checking some stuff in the discard, see if I can afford to do some tomfoolery. And there's the choice band. So we hit the knockout and the slow king for hopefully next turn, and able to use that knockout. They attack to get the knockout, and now Grady's got to get some creative with some knockouts here. Gardevoir kind of known for fizzling out once the GX gets lost. Once the GX dies, you have to really, there's not a lot of good stuff. He's eyeballing a powerful storm and the other Gardevoir, neither of which really do a whole lot of damage. So I think Grady's going to need a way to maybe retreat into the Spiritomb, like just a way to shuffle back the Gardevoir GX and say, hey look Alex, you can't one-shot this Gardevoir GX. It's really hard for you to do this. He might try going for like a teammates for a Hex and the Gardevoir, just to keep me from attacking, keep that Spiritomb alive, and back into the Gardevoir GX. I think that might be what I would do. I think I would shuffle back in the Gardevoir GX, grab a Hex with the teammates, download Hex, and go back into the Gardevoir GX with 2 energies on it already. But nope, Grady does go for the Oricorio instead, and hopefully just take Oricorio prizes from here on out. And there's the double rainbow I showed him. I said, I had return KO here. Grady does go opt for the powerful storm, and I think I got enough Pokemon in my discard for him to take full advantage of this knockout, considering that that's what he's doing. Hopefully he only takes 1 knockout, goes down to 2 prizes, and in that situation I have a way to kind of like try to fend my way back, but nope, I had 10 Pokemon in there. Now I have 12. If you noticed in my hand, I did have the trump card in there, so hopefully the trump card will buy me a few turns. Maybe if I need to Oricorio him back. Hard telling, but at least I will be able to Yanmega him probably this turn and further knockout, and just fighting back against Oricorio. I think I need a trump card here. I think that's just like at the end of the day objectively what I need to do. But we will see what I choose to go with. I should go for Dowsing Machine, and I think maybe use Dowsing Machine right away. Yeah, we're going to use Dowsing Machine right away. Most likely for, I would guess, Oak. Put that in my hand and then play the trump card, maybe. Can't imagine I would do anything else. Yeah, here's that. Oh, there's an Evo Soda. So yeah, here's the trump card. And then we're going to Evo Soda into the again, the backup Porygon 2. This is probably the first time we've ever seen 2 backup Porygon 2s in the same game by the same person. That doesn't happen too often, but here, proving its worth in decks. So let's see, it's going to be retreat. It has 0 cards in hand, so I will drift ashore for the knockout. So it looks like Grady did Hex, because I did all that out without Hex Lock. And go into the Slow King that can attack for free if you have no cards in your hand. Grady's most likely going to get returned here. I think he just has to try to sequence it correctly. He could Powerful Storm for the knockout. I am weak to Psychic. He can also, if he's got a different Pokemon, he can use Psychic Recharge on himself with a Floatstone and get it that way. He's got the energy in his hand, and he's got a way to He's got the energy in his hand, and he has that energy in his discard pile, so we'll be able to Psychic Restore. Looks like he's holding on a Lysander, Lusamine. Neither of those is really going to help him. He's going to have to Claydol into it. So let's see. Still that big debate, yeah. Put the Claydol up and draw for turn. He's going to choose to Powerful Storm as the attack. That's 60 damage, which is enough. He just needs to get out of the active now. Looks like he's saving that Bebe's in his hand for hopefully an Uxie or maybe even a Lapras. Because that's one thing you could hit. Didn't quite see what it is here, but it's a way to at least grab an item, so it's either Skylo or Karina. So there's the Floatstone, and it looks like an Oak. Looks like he Claydol into the correct hand here. And then a Teammates as well, Grade A Teammates Thomas. I don't think he might grab Hexier for next turn. But it looks like it will be a Devo Spray. Oh, yeah, Devo Spray and a Hex. So he will get the Hex off this turn, and a Powerful Storm to knock me out. Rough going here. Let's see what I decide to go for. It's going to be a Level Ball. Don't really know what to get with this. It's just almost all but over. Powerful Storm should be able to sweep the rest of the game, considering that he could just Hex Lock. This might go for a Spirit Tomb just to hopefully keep the Hex out of there. You saw him Oak away his Lusamine. That might have gone for a Spirit Tomb in my eyes, but I know I have backup here, so it could be like an N and hopefully back up into the Spirit Tomb. And then Spirit Tomb away the Claydol, and then after that, just kind of hope and pray that I can find the correct cards to run it back. But at this point, he's got both the support Pokemon set up, and myself into probably not a lot of stuff. Powerful Storm still doesn't knock out the Mega, so at least that's nice. But the debate is, do I leave it in the active and force him to try to attack some other stuff? What are we eyeballing there? It's a really hard decision, obviously. Oh, it looks like I will take the retreat and say, hey, look, you're going to need to hit a lot. You're going to need to hit a couple more energies to get this, you know. Energy in your hand. This one he needs more. He needs the energy in his hand, the Psychic Recharge, as well as a damage modifier. Or DCE here, I suppose. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, DCE would do it. But it doesn't matter since he had the Gust of Wind anyways. He's going to go ahead and take the draw, Porygon 2. Going down to 1 prize this turn. Great, just trying to... He's holding on to that Versus Seeker too, if you notice in his hand. Holding on to that Versus Seeker for the Hex, most likely. I can't imagine he would play anything else. Yeah. So there's the Hex, 1 prize left for him. And this is going to be all she wrote for me, because I'm going to get knocked out by pretty much anything on this board, and I still have to take 5 more prizes. I got to get lucky with this Oricorio, I suppose. I said, do you got game in hand? I was like, cool, red card. It's our classic inside joke we use. Here's a Timer Ball. I really don't know what you go for here. Count the number of Pokemon in his discard pile to hopefully get a way back. Yeah, I don't know. I said, do you have the energy? It's enough to knock me out, and there's good game. So, Gardevoir taking BLR just due to BLR's weakness of being hexed out of game and all that, and just that brutal good start. So, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.